Okay, students, welcome back. So we're going to look at using the quadratic formula to solve quadratic equations, such as this one here. So we'll be getting roots in digital form. They will look like negative 0.6085, and the positive root will be 4.1085. Okay, so let's start off here with the older of the two. So basically, we're going to fill it into the formula for x. You get that by the minus b formula. So let's just get 2, -7, and -5 in for the parameters a, b, and c. So we start off with 2. So you hit 2. Now the number 2 is in memory, is in the memory, and I'm going to store it today as a. Okay. Now to get -7, don't use the minus button. Use the negative sign button, which is this one. And 7, and we can store that to be, again for -5, we're going to take the number -5, and we call this negative and we call this minus. This is an operation, this is a sign. Okay, we store that to C. Okay, so just clear to my screen, and I'll fill in the formula, which is minus b. So notice I'm using the alpha button to access these red variables. And I can only do plus or minus, not both. So I'll do plus square root of b squared. So I'm going b, and I'll use this squaring function, minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay. Take a look at that. It's 7 plus the square root of 89. Oh yeah, this calculation needs to change. I'd been messing around with that. So that would have been 49. Or let's make it 7 sevens for it to be a bit clearer. 7 times 7. Oh my god. Now it's b squared minus, oh yeah, this should be 2 and 5. 2 and 5. Anyway, and of course the two answers are 7 plus that and 7 minus that. So when you're writing that down, you can just put plus or and a minus underneath the plus. Okay, we'll take a look at that decimally. The positive version we expect to be 4.1085. So I'll just do shift equals to look at that. And then to look at the negative version, and I'll just go back to equals to see it in its exact form. And now I'm just going to go forward, because going forward is quicker than going backwards through everything. And I'll delete the plus and put in the minus. Okay, and we can look at that. Of course, that's the exact version, and we can look at it as an approximation. And sure enough, we're getting our minus 0.6085 as Desmos is telling us here. Okay, doing the same calculation on the newer calculator here. We'll just take a look at variables. Hold on, we'll get into calculate mode first. I'll have a look at our variables. And for a, I want to hit 2 equal, and 2 is in there. I'm learning this as I go. What happens when I press OK? I'm back here. I come over to B. I'll go -7, and no doubt they've removed the minus because they've removed all sorts of things. Let's see how I get on when I use the actual. Oh look, it is a shift to get to the minus. But look, it seems to be working when I do subtract 7. So that's okay. And I'll move on to C, where I want -5. So that won't always work on every calculator, but it works on this one. Okay, so my variables are in, and now I want to input the formula. So let's hit OK and see what no, not OK. What, home maybe? Home and OK. And I'll go with fraction bar, and let's just key in the formula, which is minus b plus, yeah, everything seems to be working out fine here. I need to use, say, the shift instead of the alpha, and the letters are more spread out, but they're here. B squared Okay, we expect to see the same answer as before, and so on, and we can do Shift equals to look at its digital version. Oh, hold a bit. That's not what I want, or is it? It is what I want it to be, is it? 4.108, yeah, that's fine. So I'll leave it at that. You can obviously swap out these for anything. Now, of course, if I make this plus 50, there won't be roots. Okay, let me make it something a little bit smaller so we can see it without me adjusting the scale. So if I do this, there are no roots, and we'll get an error because it'll be trying to get the square root of a negative. But you won't be asked to do that. Sometimes there'll be one solution if b squared minus 4ac is 0, but if that happens, you're going to have a rational solution anyway, and you wouldn't have needed the formula. It would have been a perfect square. So that's it. As always, I will see you in the next one.